What's going on, everybody? See, we got 6 people in here. I'm gonna try to keep this quick because I need to get to sleep. Alright, so I was just gonna go on an hour ago, and then when I hopped on, I seen that Jason and Sasha were on, so I didn't want to hop in on their stuff, and make people have to decide which video that they want to watch. But yeah, so I just wanted to. There's something that I've been noticing well, I guess let me say hi to the people that are here real quick. Anon, Jimmy Fast, Dale Richards, excuse me, uh, Mama Llama. It's always nice when you pop in. You bring a whole bunch of joy in. Hi, Rodney. It's funny. Um, but yeah, so I keep noticing stuff that's in the book, and for a long time I kind of I've been wanting to make a video about it, but I just never did because I didn't know if it was going to be offensive, or if Fenn might take it the wrong way. And I actually sent him an email asking him some of these questions, and ever since I asked him an email, or I sent him the email, he kind of, not kind of, he stopped responding to my emails. So I figured the damage is already done. But just to clarify before I start, I don't think that the book is Forrest's memories. All right, I think that the book is a piece of fan fiction, if you will. And if you're not familiar with that term, book talk is off limits. If you're not familiar with the term of fan fiction, then I think you should take a look at it. And I think a lot of stuff would make sense about J.D. Salinger and Ernest Hemingway and stuff like that. But like I said, I've got to get to bed, so I'm gonna get started on this. And I could be completely wrong. I don't necessarily think that it's his story that I'm about to read, but it's definitely in there. After I say it, you'll notice it. Whether or not it actually involves his dad or just another character. All right, but I'm gonna get reading this. All right, so first grade. All right, my father was a teacher at Lanier School when I started first grade, and after a couple of years, he became the principal. His promotion was a really big deal because he got his own parking spot in front near the door where he went in. I remembered standing there while he hammered the wooden sign into the ground, Mr. Fenn, principal. All right, I'm gonna skip past this. I don't think I really need to read you the whole thing right there, so I'm gonna come start down right here. All right, right here. This is where it all starts. My father talked sometimes about another old lunch bucket woman. Her name was Ora May, and I knew her a little from the halls. She seemed happy enough with her way of barely getting by, but she wasn't always, but she was, she seemed happy enough with her way of barely getting by, but she was always hiding out and smoking cigarettes with no names on them. Being the school janitor was a big deal, and I suppose that's what she was. She mostly just did odd things and cleaned. He supposes she was the janitor, and she just did odd things and cleaned. All right. She was a little critical of our school's organization and sometimes mentioned things to the kids. All right, what was she mentioning? I don't know. But my dad stopped liking her when she said that he was nothing but a cheap one-pony show. I never understood what that meant. I'm not reading the next line. I'm saying I never understood what that meant. But going into it, I never knew what that meant, but it must have been really bad because it made my father mad. And my mother always took his side, so that was 2 against 1. Everyone knew that my mother wasn't much in a fight, though. My father always said she wouldn't bite a hard biscuit if she was starving to death. So the old lunch bucket woman, Ora May, called Forrest Dad nothing but a cheap one-pony show, and the wife came to the not came to the rescue, but defended him, taking Fenn's dad's side. Now, if it was something but a simple insult, then why would it matter, right? Right here we have Aura May, the lunch bucket woman. We have Forrest Fenn's dad, and we have the mom defending him. All right. My father always said she wouldn't bite a hard biscuit if she was starving to death. That made her laugh. All right, we're gonna continue from there. All right, as soon as I get there, I promise it'll be worth it. All right, no place for biddies. Lots of people are always saying that youth shouldn't be wasted on the young. What a stupid thing to say. Of course, youth should be wasted on the young. That's when kids start to be noticed as real people instead of just babies. For instance, I remember when I was about 8 and overheard two ladies talking. They were neighbors who lived down the block, and both thought they were better than me because they lived in a brick house. One said to the other, talking about me of course, he'd run away from home, but he's not allowed to cross the street, and they laughed real hard and didn't even care who heard. How humiliating do you think that was for a kid my age? So you have two ladies. Oh, hold on. Well, I didn't say anything out loud at the time, but I certainly remembered, and I've loathed those biddies ever since. They were a lot older than me, and probably at least 30, and both were married. I can't imagine how they put that together. How intimate they were with their husbands is probably a matter of academic dispute anyways, because the tall one was the best example I can think of for zero population growth. So all of this happened, these two old ladies talking about Fenn, saying he would run away from home if he was allowed to cross the street, and it happened at the big church social, right? And if Fenn heard it, that means that the other people that were at the social heard it as well. And there's something that's going on at Fenn's house that would make him want to run away, or that would make the townspeople or the women, the biddies or the gossiping women, think that they're better than the environment that Fenn is in. All right, but I'm gonna keep going on. Besides, I could cross the dumb street anytime I wanted to, and it was stupid of them to say I couldn't. I walked to school almost every day, didn't I? And cars were whizzing every which way, weren't they? But just to be safe, my mother always told me to wear clean underwear in case there was an accident. She was smart like that, and I usually did what she said because I loved her so much. She was a perfect example of nature's long-sightedness, and everyone around our block knew it. All right? Everyone around Fenn's block knew of Fenn's mom's long-sightedness. Step on a crack and break your mother's back. I always remember that one, and that's why my mother was so proud of me. As far as running